Yeah, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? So today I'm going to do kind of a review or overview on a knife that I've had for a very long time. Um, this was actually my first, what I would consider to be a premium knife, and this is the benchmade northfork folder. It was part of their hunt series. Well, it still is. So this knife is still available for purchase. Um, I have the older version. I actually still have the receipt. When did I get this thing? Oh boy. Yeah, 2020. So that's a few years back. So the newer version of this, which I think they just re-released, is really similar as far as the aesthetic, but the blade is no longer recurve on the new version. It's just a drop point, which probably most people would appreciate that. Um, I do like the look of the recurve, but sharpening it can be tougher for sure, from what I understand. Um, yeah, this is a nice looking knife. I was pretty excited about getting this one. Like I said, it was my first really premium knife, and it's got stabilized wood handles, S30 on the blade steel. Um, Obviously, you got the thumb flick or the thumb studs, or the crossbar lock. This one, I think the springs are just maybe need to be replaced because, this thing has blade play left, right, and up and down a little bit. But if I hold forward on the lock bar, it's, yeah, it's solid. A little bit of side to side. I mean, this thing it's just pretty much free floats. I haven't had this knife apart ever. I've never really had to take it apart for anything. I did carry it for quite a while, a few years back, and it's not a very big knife. I believe it's under a 3-inch blade. So if you're in an area that restricts you to that, this would be a good option. For a smaller knife, you can get a pretty good grip on it, and it is comfortable. Um, they knock down the edges. I can't really tell. Maybe it's contoured a little bit, and maybe not. It's hard to say. But it's comfortable nonetheless. So this knife now, I think the new ones are going for 200. I think they're selling for, and I got this one a little bit cheaper because, well, knives were cheaper then. The action is pretty good, really. It's for, yeah, it's not bad. Not bad for a crossbar lock. I would like it if it locked up nice and solid, but I think some stiffer springs might take care of that. This thing it held its edge pretty well, given its age and how much I've used it. So I've been pretty happy with the S30 that Benchmade puts out and put on this stonewash finish blade. Nice looking blade. Just a nice looking knife, This it's steel. Steel and I think it's called Dyna wood, which is a stabilized wood material. So, yeah, I almost sold this, and then I said to myself, why would I do that? This is like the first really nice pocket knife I've had. So, for even just for nostalgia reasons, I don't really carry this knife a whole lot anymore because I've got some other options. But it carries pretty. It's a smaller knife. It carries well. I'm not a huge fan of the pocket clip. The ones on the bug out are nicer. I would probably switch. If I did start carrying this thing a lot again, I would put that bug out clip on this for sure. Yeah. So just some quick size comparisons. This is a 3.5-inch knife here. the Wii Speedster. So yeah, quite a bit longer handle, longer blade, obviously. So this is a smaller knife. The handle isn't particularly thin, so you can still get a good grip on it. And it is comfortable, even with this clip, which, yeah, there's better clips out there, but it's not terrible. Another comparison. This is another 3.5-inch knife. So yeah, it's just a little, kind of a smaller guy, but a great knife nonetheless. Haven't really done anything to this knife. Pretty sure they run on washers. Like I said, I haven't had this one apart, but I haven't really had much of a reason to. I would recommend this knife. I don't have a lot of benchmades. I had a couple of bug outs, and the carbon fiber ones, I had a mini and a regular, and I ended up getting rid of both of them for the same reason that I thought about getting rid of this. And I just can't stand if a knife has blade play. Just a kind of a pet peeve of mine. Probably wouldn't affect the functionality of it too much, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of, I like a good solid locking knife where it feels almost like you got a fixed blade in your hand. And with some new springs, it might do it for this knife. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try that. But my other Benchmade's, both bug outs, had the same issue, some side to side play. Not up and down though. They didn't have that like this one does. But I will say this thing is so smooth. I mean, it is a smooth knife. Small, probably would be pretty, a knife you could put through the ringer, I imagine. Yeah. And the wood does look nice. I'm kind of a sucker for wood ever since I had a buck knife when I was a kid. Well, I just wanted to share this little overview with you on this Benchmade North Fork folder. I believe this is the only variant. It used to come with a G10 variant, and I think you can just get the Dynawood ones now, like I said, without the recurve, which I believe is a newer release. I've just recently seen them, so I think it's a newer release. I don't know for sure. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options out there in the $200 range. But if you're a fan of Benchmade and you want a USA-made knife, this is probably going to be right up your alley. Yeah. All right. Well, you all have a wonderful evening, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And take care.